Brethren lads, welcome back to Cossy Podcast. My name is Cossy. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in all parts of the world. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to a brand new video. Like I said, it's a very busy day for Arsenal. 3 bids sent, 1 for Kai Havertz, 1 for Julian Timber. A third bid has been sent in by Arsenal to West Ham, and that is for Declan Rice. Arsenal have officially made their second offer for Declan Rice to West Ham. 75 million plus 15 million in add-ons. We're going to be diving into the club record fee. Arsenal finally made their club record fee to West Ham. The second one is 75 million guaranteed, 15 million is in add-ons. Now, it is expected to be rejected because West Ham do not want anything less than 100, and Arsenal are still in positive talks with West Ham. It is actually very crazy today. Absolutely crazy when it comes to Arsenal Football Club. But I want your thoughts. I want your opinions on this one. Arsenal have made a third bid in one day, second bid for Declan Rice. Do you think 90 million is enough for Declan Rice, in your opinion? Because I feel it's enough. I feel 75 plus 15 million is definitely enough. But West Ham feel it is not enough, and they're hoping Manchester City enter the race this week. Let's dive into this. Hit the like button, subscribe to the podcast as well, and let's get this video to 1,000 likes as Arsenal break their own record for bidding. Now we have now gone 90 million. The last time we signed a player, it was 70 million for such a high fee, and that was Nicola Pepe in 2019. Now David Ornstein, of course, who else to break the story, has come out and said that Arsenal have now made a second bid, improved offer to West Ham for Declan Rice. 70 million pounds plus 15 million in add-ons. Club record proposal for 20-year-old English midfielder expected to be turned down by West Ham, but AFC are getting closer to the acceptable fee for their top target this summer. And of course, also as well, Fabrizio Romano, they're confirming that West Ham are expected to reject the second proposal from Arsenal for Declan Rice. 90 million total, 75 million plus 15 in add-ons. West Ham believe 15 million add-ons are also very difficult to achieve. Hammers will expect Manchester City to enter the race this week. Arsenal remain very confident. That is confirmed. Of course, as written by The Athletic down here, they've said Arsenal have made a club record offer for West Ham midfielder Declan Rice. It is anticipated the proposal of 75 and 15 million pounds in add-ons will be turned down by the Premier League rivals, by Arsenal getting closer to a fee that West Ham are aiming at to achieve if the captain is to depart. Absolutely very interesting. We are talking about absolute sins. We are here really talking about absolute sins today as Arsenal send 3 bids for 3 top targets, and we are moving closer and closer to our targets. Now, I reported last week that Arsenal had prepared a deal that was very close to 100 million, and it would be sent into West Ham very soon. We thought it would go in last week. It didn't go in. We waited Monday, and now it's Tuesday, and Arsenal have sent in their second bid. It's a week later since Arsenal sent in their first bid. Our initial bid was a total package of 80 million. What we've done here is we've added an extra 10 million to the initial offer, and West Ham are expected to turn it down. Now, this is what I want to say before. Ben Jacobs was speaking about this story yesterday, and he said many people are quoting the price that it will be 100, it has to be 100, but he says the most important part of this deal is going to be the structure of the deal. If Arsenal can convince West Ham that they will pay 90 million, and a bigger chunk of that cash, a bigger chunk of that fee is going to be paid up front, is going to be paid in the early stages of this transfer window or this year, then West Ham will agree to the deal. They're looking more at the structure rather than the maximum fee. Yes, of course they do want 100 million. They want they want Declan Rice to be the most expensive English player, and they also believe that Arsenal have already told them 100 million, we are willing to match that. At the moment, according to Ben Jacobs, Arsenal are still working on a deal below 100 million. They would love to sign him for around 90. to 95, around there. That is where we are still, oscillating. But there is an agreement that if the worst goes to the worst, West Ham and Arsenal do have an agreement that we will pay up to 100 million. So let's wait and see on the structure. Now, again, this changes everything we've been talking about in the last few hours. One, it brings Declan Rice back into the priority. And two, it makes sure that Arsenal will try to sign Declan Rice before we sign any other player this summer. We've made a move for Kai Havertz. That is very, very close. If Chelsea can agree to the 60 million we've sent in, it's definitely going to be done. And then we've also sent in a bid to Ajax for Julian Timber, which has actually been turned down. Arsenal then, on the same day, have gone and sent in. I've gone ahead to send in a bid for Deckers. It means he's still on top of the list. He's still a priority, and we would love to get the deal done for Deckers before we sign all these other players. So, is there any positivity about this deal? In my opinion, I don't think there is any positivity about the deal, about the new bid. I don't think there is. Because we sent in 80 million, 70 plus add-ons. What we've done here is that we have added 5 million pounds on add-ons, and we have added 5 million pounds on the guaranteed fee. And we've told West Ham, how about this? Take a look. Of course, they're going to reject it. Of course, they will reject it, right? Because they know we are going to meet the 100 million mark soon or later. That is undisputed. Arsenal will reach that 100 million mark, right? Because 90 million, that is already above, what Madrid have paid for Jude Bellingham. At the moment. So there is a willingness in Arsenal to meet the 100 million in order for us to get Declan Rice. So I don't see that there is a lot of optimism and positivity around this deal. 75 million. The problem last time was Arsenal wanted to pay this money in 6 years, in 6 installments. West Ham are never going to agree to that. And West Ham also reported that the add-ons we included in that deal were not attainable. According to Romano, still, the add-ons in this deal, are still not attainable. Maybe the only positive I'll take out of this deal, out of this bid, is that, the Athletic are saying we are moving closer to what is seen as acceptable inside the walls of West Ham United. The likes of David Sullivan, what they want in terms of a figure for Declan Rice, Arsenal are slowly and gradually, getting there. But for me, I kind of feel like we've played ourselves here. One, Fabrizio Romano has just reported in the last 18 hours that Manchester City and Chelsea are in concrete talks to sign, Mateo Kovacic. And a deal is very, very advanced and very close. And he's also said that because City are going to take Kovacic to the Etihad, it is highly likely that they do not get Rice. They don't enter the Declan Rice deal. Okay? If they're not going to come in for Declan Rice, if they will not bid for Declan Rice, who is going to bid for Declan Rice at the moment? Which other team is going to rival Arsenal for Declan Rice? I do not see no one. I don't see any other club. Look, Manchester United, we all their, takeover bullshit. We are waiting for Qatar. Sir Jim Ratcliffe and Ineos are also on the verge. No one is going to wait for Qatar. No one is going to wait for Ineos, right? So it's either United have some money to spend, right? Or all of their transfer targets are not even going to be realized. Kim Min-jae is going to go to Bayern. Rice is going to join, a rival, and potentially all these other players they're interested in. Even if it's Mason Mount, if Liverpool come in for Mason Mount, they could actually sign him. So for me, I just think Arsenal just need to stay strong. Right? We are confident. That is very, very good. Arsenal is still very confident that they will get the deal done. That is so good. Because West Ham now, we've given them something to talk about inside their own walls. And we've given them a point for division. There will be people in the West Ham hierarchy who are saying, but they've given us 90 million. They've given us 90. What if they don't come back? Okay, and what Arsenal have done by going 90 million, 75 plus 15 million in add-ons, it is, we've cut off so many clubs, right? Initially, we came in with 80, And that just meant that if any club is not willing to spend 80 million and above on Declan Rice, don't waste your time. The second week after that, we've come in with 90 million. That just eliminates so many clubs. Chelsea with FFP problems, Bayern with unsure budgets, and all these other crap clubs around the world, they're just out of the deal. So for me, it's Man United, who do not even know their transfer strategy yet, and Manchester City, who we know if they want a player, they will get him. There is scare, right? But for me, listen, I think that is a statement now to West Ham, right? There will be people at West Ham who feel they've given us 100, close to 100 million. We asked for 100, they've gone with 90. How about we sit with them and agree on the structure of this deal? It's not bad. Actually, I would say Arsenal should give West Ham 80 million guaranteed fixed payments, and then 10 million euros, 10 million pounds in add-ons. And we should also make the add-ons a little bit attainable. I don't think Arsenal, in the, 20 years, 30 years that we've not won the Champions League, I don't think we have the audacity to tell any club that we will give you money if a player wins the Champions League with us. Like, that is theft. That would be robbery, highway robbery. We should be arrested if we tell any club that when we win the Champions League, we will send them some money for a player. We should be arrested because that is not a ground. I mean, we can win the Champions League, don't get me wrong, but there is no evidence of that. Chelsea could tell a club that when we win the Champions League, because they've done it, United can do it, Liverpool can do it, City can do it now. I think Aston Villa can also do it. And, but Arsenal cannot tell a club that when we win European silverware, we will give you add-ons. It is criminal for Arsenal to put that in negotiations. The Premier League is also becoming a difficult part when it comes to add-ons because for a very long time, Arsenal have not won the Premier League. So it might also be a little bit ludicrous and absolutely criminal for Arsenal to go, if we win the Premier League, we will send you 5 million euros on this amount. That might also be a little bit criminal. I think we should schedule our add-ons in this way, that every season that Arsenal finishes in UEFA Champions League positions with Declan Rice, you will receive something like 2 million or 1.5 or 2 million, right? Because West Ham know that every single season Arsenal have the squad and they have the capability to go back to the UEFA Champions League at least for the next 5 years. And then we should also say that whenever Declan Rice plays more than 30 games in all competitions in a campaign, they will receive something like 1 million. I mean, that is attainable. Those are attainable add-ons. But this business of us winning the Champions League, us winning the Premier League, it sounds criminal. It really, really does, right? But Arsenal now very, very serious on the market. I'm really happy with this one because I kind of felt like Arsenal were demoralized and hence demoralizing my fan base, something I don't need at the moment. But we are back on. Now, I've also had talks about Moises Caicedo, they're back on. That is not true. Arsenal are focusing on Romeo Lavia. Talks at a very, very advanced stage. We are talking about Declan Rice. Second bid has been sent in. Julian Timber, first bid sent in and rejected. And Kai Havertz, there is a new proposal on the table for Chelsea from Arsenal. Not rejected, not accepted as well. So who is going to be Arsenal's first signing? The rest is on. Could it be Julian Timber? Could it be Kai Havertz? Could it be Declan Rice? Could it be Romeo Lavia? The rest is on. I'm going to be reporting every single second of these stories. All you have to do is to hit the like button for me, you subscribe, and get your thoughts in the comment box below. 90 million for Declan Rice expected to be turned down. This is what Arsenal. This is what I expect from Arsenal. One, we have spent 6 months negotiating this deal. We know what West Ham will want. We know what West Ham are asking for. All we are trying to do is to break their back. We are trying to bend them until they break. There's no problem in bending over people in negotiations, because that is all about negotiation. That is what negotiation is all about. It's about bending, it's about breaking, right? You either break or you break your partner in negotiations to your counterpart. So what I expect the third bid to be, I expect the third bid to be 80 million or 85 million guaranteed, and around 10 million in terms of add-ons. That is a total of 90 million. If they want 100, they will definitely settle for 95. We know that. Those are rules of negotiation. There is always a common ground. There is always a consensus. Somewhere there is where equilibrium will be met. And I think the equilibrium in this deal is at around 95. Okay, and West Ham, the sooner West Ham understand that not so many clubs are going to come to their rescue to create a bidding war, the sooner they will sell. Of course, we know they're not absolutely broke, but they will need a very, very healthy part of the money to finance their transfer business this summer. We're talking Joao Palhinha from Fulham would be a very nice player. 27, probably that's not the right age for him to come to replace Decas. But imagine Joao Palhinha in that midfield. And look, if they can get Joao Palhinha, and they add, I don't know, Sofian Amrabat, is he a good shout? I mean, you guys have seen him, at the World Cup. He's a good shout, right? So if they can sign Joao Palhinha for maybe 30 million euros and go and sign Amrabat for around 34 million euros, that's around 60 million euros spent of the potential 95 they would get. Of course, they do have some money to spend on their transfers as well. That would be a nice window. That would be a very, very nice window. But let's wait and see. Do they reject it? What if they say yes? If they say yes, if they say yes, I don't know. If they say yes, I'll be live. Will I be live? Probably not. But we'll be back here as we react. They reject it, we are back. They don't reject it, we are back. But let's wait for the response from Chelsea, from Southampton, and of course, from now, West Ham on our bids. I'll see you right in the next one.